So Leo, I love you guys, but damn it, again, from Le Vampire, you pulled Immortal, the consuming family and pressure of peers. I swear to God, all I have to say is what are the messages for Leo, and this card seems to pop out continuously for you. And then on top of that, you pulled Destiny from Chakra Wisdom. These two cards are very much tied in with each other. Now, as far as Immortal goes, because whatever Leo I'm connecting with here that needs to hear this, I'm going to read the blessing, the curse, and working with this card so you get the full experience here, because apparently this is important to somebody. The blessing. The love and closeness of this group has given you a great sense of who you are and what you are on earth to do. But we ask you now to shake up this situation, as it is now leading to a shadow of your soul development and a stunning of your human growth. You are beyond the definitions of the family or the peers of an adopted family. You are more than they say you are, more than they allow you to be, and more than you have permitted yourself to be when in their orbit. It is time to separate. The curse says that if you do not undertake a voyage of discovery into your own self, you will become enmeshed in the webs of the family life and a limited definition of self. And recall, too, this can apply to friends who have strong beliefs about who you are, who you ought to be, and how you must do things. There is a great price to be paid for this approval. It is the consumption of the things within you that are budding and have yet to flower. If you wish to be yourself rather than simply a member of a group with a leader who is not you, it is time to explore the alternatives. Working with this card, remember, you are your own person and you can create your own life. You are free and obligations can now fall away. Now, when you look at that with Destiny, the inspiration for Destiny says take a risk. Dare to have your life the way you decide. Are you willing to make sacrifices to have what you desire? The personal question says, what tools do I need to form my own destiny? Am I ready for my destiny? The key ideas are true love, taking a stand, positive omen, radical thinking, deep satisfaction, and ability to change. But again, the big thing is dare to have your life the way that you choose and the way that you decide. Nobody has the right to tell you what you should be doing. The only reason why you ever allow yourself to do that is because there may be feelings involved, which is understandable when you're looking at the family, right? But the thing is that if your family understood you, they would understand that there's a need here for you to go after your desires and to be a part of what is your destiny. What are you truly going after? What is it that you're meant to do, right? All right, Leo, here we go. Here is the energy coming through. The Four of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful. The Four of Wands is celebration. The other thing, too, here is that it's suggesting a stable foundation. You know, and looking at that with victory, hell yeah. Hell yeah. For some of you, it could be, you know, family get-togethers, weddings, you know, birthdays. It's celebrations, but, you know, there's a reason to celebrate here. And the other part of it, too, is that, you know, you're looking at what you have done, what you have created. You have the stable foundation. You have the four walls up. You know that there's still more work to do, but there is a reason here for you to take a break and celebrate how far you have come in your life. And in the past, the Two of Cups, so having to do with a relationship. The Two of Cups is the bonding between two people, right? Destiny also speaks about that too. You know, these two people are asking the spirits, why can't we reincarnate in the next life together? Why do we have to go separately? I think that's interesting looking at the Two of Cups. But the Two of Cups is the past coming through. Some of you may be looking at a relationship starting again from the past, somebody from the past. But your focus generally in the past was on the emotional bonding with another person. And there you are in the present. Strength, absolutely. Strength, you know, it's dealing with things with patience and being gentle, not being forceful, right? Being graceful and being able to deal with whatever difficulties come across your path. But I think that, you know, for you, you're tapping into your own energy, especially with the sun moving into your sign. And happy birthday to you guys, by the way. But beautiful. It's beautiful. Strengthen a relationship and a reason to celebrate. Man, I kind of had a feeling that this one was going to show up. The moon in future conditions. You know, seeing the Four of Wands as a signifier, I'm not, you know, because even when you look at that card in the reverse, it just means delays and celebrations. But, you know, when you're looking at the moon, traditionally, it's, you know, confusion. Confusion, illusions, deceit, fear, anxiety. Seeing the moon as future conditions and you're looking at, you know, the Two of Cups as the past coming through, I would be careful. I would be careful about chasing illusions, right? You need to be clear. You need to be clear on the things that you're wanting here, especially when you're looking at destiny. But the other thing too with the moon, these are things that are coming to the surface. This card very much represents the subconscious mind. The crustacean that comes out of the water in the traditional decks is the inner fears, the inner parts of ourselves that we don't want to deal with. There are things that are going to be coming to the surface that are going to be like illuminated here with the moon. But the other thing too is, you know, you have to be careful about chasing those illusions, right? And I'm not really seeing it as a bad thing. I just think for some of you, you know, you may have some confusion surrounding a relationship right now. I mean, in the present moment, you're definitely tapping into your own energy. But it's like, where are you going here, you know? The other thing too with the subconscious mind, your dreams and your intuition is going to be so important right now. And I'm waiting to see how the relationship connects here. I'm telling you, right? Recognition, being applauded for a job well done. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially if some of you are tapping back into your own energy and creating your life the way that you choose, right? It's so important. It's so important. It's understandable if some of you are in family situations where, you know, the family needs you and they need you to be a certain person within that group. But they also need to understand as your family that you need to be your own person as well. But I do feel like looking at the two, absolutely, there's going to be a reason to celebrate for you. There's going to be some victory over this adversity with whatever confusion you're dealing with here with the moon. You know, and it could be that some of you have some confusion surrounding what is your true destiny, you know, which may be why Immortal keeps showing up. But I do like seeing the Six of Wands. I think you're getting positive recognition for being you. And hell yeah, absolutely. Temperance in your environment. Wow, wow, guidance doubled for sure. Temperance in your environment. You know, when it comes to your relationships and the bonding experience that you have, I think that temperance is saying that, you know, not only is there patience and understanding, but I think a lot of you are getting some balance between your emotions and the way that you're thinking about things in regards to a relationship. And you're being guided. You're being guided. Temperance, patience, moderation, balance, right? Patience. Patience seems to be the big thing, especially when it comes to, you know, you getting through this block here, because I do think that the moon is a little bit of a block. It's not bad, but I think that there are parts of yourself that are going to have to be, you know, looked at and dealt with. But you have guidance around you big time, and you're tapping into some beautiful fire energy, by the way. Your hopes and your fears, and I'm telling you, for some of you, you're not really talking about what it is that you have planned. You're like trying to keep it secret, right? For some of you, you know, there's a fear here of you wanting to do something but not being able to talk about it and needing to sneak around, because the Seven of Swords is sneaky, sketchy behavior. And there's no reason for you to have to do that. You know, if there's something that you're planning on doing, I don't think that, you know, being deceitful is the way to go, especially with, you know, temperance being here and then you pulling on your own strength. You know, if you're clear and you're open with how you feel, what you think, what your plans are, what you want to do, you're going to be recognized for doing the right thing here. And there'll be a reason for you to have celebration in your life. You know, I just think that sneaking around isn't the way to do it, you know. And then for some of you, you know, if you're wanting to have an emotional experience with somebody, and it could be a person from the past, I don't think that a lot of you are like revealing it. And the other thing is don't cheat. Don't do that, right? But that may not be the case for any of you. And seeing the Four of Wands there, I don't know. It's just one of those feelings looking at the Two of Cups, right? And then seeing the moon. But I think that there's, you know, for some of you, you may think that the best way to go about doing the things that you want is to sneak around, and maybe that's not the case here. And as far as a relationship goes, you know, it's important for you to be open and honest about, you know, what your plans are, what your intentions are, you know, how you think, how you feel, right? And then the outcome, and I'm seeing this a lot, Justice. Justice as the outcome is fantastic, especially when it comes to relationships. Libra. Libra rules the 7th house. The 7th house in your horoscope specifically has to do with relationships and marriages. This is about fairness and balance within a relationship. And I do think where you may not be clear on what is happening within a relationship, I think things start to clear up with you, you know, as far as like with the moon and things being illuminated, and you get to a point here where you start to make the right decisions. That is going to create fairness and balance within relationships. I just think that some of you need to stop, you know, not really speaking about things. I mean, you know, the Seven of Swords, yeah, I mean, some of you may be sneaking around when it comes to a new relationship, and for some reason you're wanting to hide the fact that this is a happy thing for you. But I think you're being guided to do the right thing, especially with Justice. And, you know, overall, I mean, the reading is beautiful. I just have my reservations when it comes to, you know, what the moon is doing there, and then looking at the Seven of Swords, right? And then again, with the Oracle cards, you know, your destiny. What is your destiny? What is your purpose, right? You have the right to create your own life. And I don't think that it's fair that some of you may be feeling like you have to be quiet about it. But I think that there's a breakthrough when it comes to that, especially with Justice being the outcome. All right, Leo, we're going to take a look at the soul trees to see what other messages there are for you guys. But, you know, I think beautiful energy all the way around. And I do think that you're going to get clarity through the fog of the moon. Things are going to be illuminated. You're going to understand. You're going to have guidance. There's going to be some decisions that you're going to be making here. But it's going to be to create that fairness and balance. All right. Prosperity. Absolutely. That's beautiful to see. Prosperity within relationships. Prosperity in your life. Just be is saying to just be. Just be happy. Just be in the flow of the universe, right? Integration. When I look at this card, I feel like, you know, not only are you integrating yourself into a new situation where there may be new people involved, but the other thing too is integrating the mind, the body, and spirit, and getting everything working in the same direction, right? And I think that's where the moon is coming in. I think that a lot of you are getting clarity on some of the confusion you may be facing when it comes to, you know, what you're truly wanting when it comes to relationships. And I think you get to a point where you start creating some fairness and balance. And I think that the Seven of Swords is saying that some of you are not going to be doing the sneaking around anymore. You're going to be truthful, and you're being guided to do it. But I do think that you're going to have victory over whatever issues you're facing. Because again, you're tapping into your own energy, strength. And there is going to be a reason to celebrate. And prosperity is fantastic to see. But just be, you know. Just be in the moment. And let spirit guide you to that place where you have that fairness and balance. All right, Leo, we're going to take a look at Whispers of Love to see what is going on in relationships for you guys. Choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do, right? Like, seriously, you always have a choice. What is it that you want to do? You know, create your own life the way that you choose, right? But it's important to keep love in your heart. And when it comes to your relationships, choosing love is so important, especially if you're happy, right? And needing to be a little bit more loving so that you can get that in return. But overall, Leo, I think by the end of the week, you're going to see some fairness and balance when it comes to, you know, your own life and creating the things that you want, and fairness and balance within relationships as well. All right, Leo, so I really do think that a lot of you are going to have a reason to celebrate. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're going to have victory over adversity. And I think the adversity is going to be, you know, whatever confusion it is that you're facing here. But I think you're going to start making the right decisions here that are going to create some fairness and balance, especially within relationships. And I love that you're tapping into your own energy in the present, because we are moving into your sign. I think it's a beautiful energy. Strength is saying to have patience, right? It's like doubled here with temperance showing up. But I do think that you guys are being guided to do the right thing. And I don't think that any of you should have to be sneaking around when it comes to the things that you're wanting or the plans that you have and what you're doing. Because again, I do think that some of you are dealing with situations where you may be blocked. And I do think that there may be some confusion as to what your destiny is, which is understandable. But I think a lot of you are going to break through that. Whatever is being illuminated here by the moon is going to be cleared up. And you're going to have that fairness and balance. So overall, Leo, I do think that there's going to be a reason for you to celebrate. And you are being guided. You're being guided in a way that you are going to do the right thing. You're going to be truthful. And there's going to be fairness and balance, especially within relationships. Just let things happen, right? There is prosperity in your life, which is absolutely fantastic to see. So no matter what is going on, you have prosperity, and that doesn't have to necessarily mean financial. It could be, you know, prosperity when it comes to love in your life and loving people that are surrounding you. And then the other thing too is with integration. It's so important to get all three going in the same direction. If you expect to attract what it is that you're wanting, like attracts like for those of you who are single, it's so important to get everything going in the same direction so that you can attract that love that you're wanting. But then the other thing is too, you know, and I think this goes for singles and couples, choosing love and needing to be more loving is what's going to be important within relationships, right? And you always have a choice. You have a choice as to what it is that you want to create in your life. But I do think that you get there, and by the end of the week, there's going to be some fairness and balance for all of you.